I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network and co-host of the podcast Political Beatdown with Michael Cohen. You know, it's such an honor to host that show with Michael Cohen. And on the last episode, Michael Cohen had one of his best rants yet about Donald Trump. But even more importantly, his defense of our democracy and freedom has just left a lasting impression on me since we did the show. So I want to share those important moments with you and get your feedback. Share them in the comments below, but let me play you this clip of Michael Cohen.
I think Democrats need to immediately use the clips that are there, not Caitlin asking questions and so on. Just use the responses of Donald with a hashtag seriously. This is who you want as your president? He could fix the Ukraine-Russia problem in 24 hours. Dude, the guy can't fix shit. Forgetting about 24 hours. He couldn't figure it out in 24 years. Right? You think that this is brand new, that this wasn't going on during his administration? This guy claims, you see, this is what he's so good at. This is Donald's true superpower. He has the ability to make people believe that he knows what he's talking about and that he can actually accomplish what he says that he can accomplish. He cannot. He's going to build a wall. Yeah. How's that wall doing? All right. Mexico's going to pay for it. Yeah. I'd like to see that fucking check. All right. Just to name a few. Immigration, he's got it all under control. He's got everything under control. You know what he didn't have under control, my friends? COVID. All right. He didn't have that under control either. 1 million deaths, Americans deceased who are going to be missed at dinner tables and family gatherings and weddings and parties and birthdays and so on, because he was too fucking stupid to tell people to listen to people like Dr. Fauci or Dr. Birx, mask up, save social distance, get the vaccination. I mean, look, the notion that this guy is the front runner right now, again, it's why I turn around and I say to each and every one of you, our brigaders, you got to vote. You got to get everybody out there. You got to vote blue, because if this guy gets back into the White House, I don't even know how to explain the damage that he will do to our democracy. We will never see the America that we know ever again. We will not be passing on the democracy that we know to our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and generations to come. Could you imagine how the Sicknick family and others who lost their lives or committed suicide as a direct result of the January 6th insurrection? Can you imagine how they must have felt watching this last night? The fact that these people thought it was okay to legitimately try to overthrow our government. They tried to take over our Capitol. They tried to hang Mike Pence. They tried to kill Nancy Pelosi. And then to have Donald on top of all of this turn around and praise them, that he would pardon them. It just goes to show you the fact that he has no respect for the law. He has no respect for the Constitution. And I want to remind each and every one of you that when a president takes the vow of office and places his hand on the Bible and raises his hand, what is he raising his hand and placing it on the Bible? Stating that he will protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. Donald Trump himself has come forward and made the statement that there are parts of the Constitution that need to be rewritten. Could you imagine this asshole wants to rewrite parts of the Constitution? I mean, it's mind-boggling. You can't expect everything is going to go the way you want. There's so many moving parts here. We're not a homogenous, closed society. We're a global economy, a global society. There's so many moving parts. And so you try to navigate it as best and with the best intentions as possible. What intention could Donald possibly have had? Think about how guys like Michael Fanone must have felt last night. Or I've even had on my podcast, I've had Officer Harry Dunn on my podcast. And we talked about the PTSD that this scenario that the experiences that we share, as a result of Donald Trump. We talk about the PTSD. Could you imagine these two gentlemen, that these officers who, were attacked by a crowd, and then to have Donald Trump say, you know whose fault it was? Nancy Pelosi's. She was supposed to call in the National Guard. I mean, this is not a guy who knows how to accept responsibility for anything. Who in their right fucking mind wants somebody that cannot accept responsibility? If this was you or your children, and so you would never accept this sort of stuff. But yet there's a whole group of people that are willing to accept anything and everything that Donald says. And again, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-boggling. It makes no sense. I'm not saying if you're a diehard Republican, no problem. Be a diehard Republican. I don't care. He is not, Mitt Romney said it better than anybody. He should not be the face of the Republican Party. This is not the Republican Party that your parents remember.
Yeah, just so powerful. Do me a favor, in the comment section below, let me know how you feel about what Michael Cohen had to say there. I mean, for me, it was just such a powerful, powerful moment, and I'm honored to share that with you. And it's that defense of our democracy, being unapologetically pro-democracy and talking about our freedom, real freedom, not this MAGA performative stuff that is really just fascism. I'm talking about real freedom. And we should talk about how we love our country as part of our pro-democracy coalition. And as part of doing it, we do it with our conduct, not just through performative antics like the MAGA Republicans do. And we care about humanity and decency, intelligence and compassion in service of our democracy and just in service of being good and decent human beings. It's so important that we talk about it, and I'm so honored we get to talk about that on the Political Beatdown Podcast. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Have a great day, and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. It is free.
Hey, Meidas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.